Welcome to the Brunswick Beat,
Brunswick County's only television news show brought to you by the Brunswick Beacon. I'm Rachel Johnson.
and I'm Stacy Manning. 17-year-old Olivia Smith of Carolina Shores has been charged with child neglect after police say she gave a prescription pill to a 4-year-old girl she was babysitting last month. It happened in Little River, South Carolina. According to police, Smith was hired to babysit for a child for about 6 hours on December 31st. At around 12:30 p.m., the child's mother received a text message from Smith saying something was wrong with the child. The mother took her child to Seacoast Medical Center, where tests showed the child had ingested a drug. Smith later said she had taken Xanax from her mother's purse and gave a piece of the pill to the child to calm her down for a nap.
Flu season is right on schedule. Though the season has been mild so far, the number of reported cases is starting to pick up in January. It's not too late to get a flu shot, as Fred Michael, Deputy Health Director for the Health Department, tells us.
This year we tried something a little different. We went out to the community and had a flu shot program set up in the community rather than requiring everybody to come here to get their flu shot. And it really helped in making sure that the citizens of the county were getting their immunizations. About 6,300 flu shots so far, and that's a lot more than we have done in the past. And there's still several months left. The flu season usually runs from December to March, and so we're just starting to hit the peak of it now at the beginning of January. So it's still not too late for people to get a flu shot. The cost of the flu shot is $35, and the high dose is $50, just because it has more of the vaccine.
The Brunswick County Board of Education may make changes to the school calendar that would require approval by the state's General Assembly. An option being considered for the 2012-2013 school year could push the district start date up sooner than current state law allows. Board members tabled a discussion on the matter at their January 3rd meeting, opting to take it up at their next meeting on February 7th. Board members will be presented with two proposed calendars, one that keeps with the state mandated dates, and a second option, which, if approved, could require approval in the General Assembly and would send children back to school earlier than normal.
A weekend blaze damaged a home on Holden Beach. Tri-Beach Volunteer Fire Department Chief Doug Todd said the department received a call that a home at 111 Starfish Drive was on fire at 7:25 a.m. Saturday, January 7th. No one was injured. It took crews about 30 minutes to bring the fire under control. The kitchen and the living room area received the brunt of the damage, but the entire structure suffered smoke and heat damage. The same home previously sustained water damage in December when the home next door caught on fire. Todd said the fires were not related, nor was the fire suspicious. It remains under investigation. Detectives with the Ocean Isle Beach Police Department and the Brunswick County South End Task Force are searching for a suspect wanted in connection with more than 80 break-ins in North and South Carolina. The suspect has been involved with break-ins to residential areas, specifically targeting flat-screen televisions and other high-end electronics. The suspect is wanted in connection to 6 break-ins on Ocean Isle, where he was caught on video surveillance. Anyone with information about the crimes, the suspect, or the suspect's whereabouts is asked to contact the Ocean Isle Beach Police Department at 910-579-4221.
Brunswick County Commissioners will have a hearing next Tuesday to determine if there is just cause to remove Commissioner Charles Warren as DSS chairman. Commissioners say Warren has been abusing his role as chairman of the DSS board. On December 13th, Warren had DSS board member Pat Sykes and a Beacon reporter removed from a public meeting. Warren also suspended Sykes at that meeting. Commissioners say Warren was out of line. They have scheduled a hearing for the 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, January 17th in County Commissioners' Chambers. The hearing is open to the public, but members of the public cannot comment. The hearing is not a criminal matter, though it will be conducted in a similar fashion to a court proceeding.
A hearing to consider whether to grant the county a special exception permit to expand its existing construction and demolition landfill will continue next month. After about 7 hours of testimony on Monday, board members opted to continue the hearing until 1 p.m. Monday, February 13th. Residents of the neighboring Royal Oak community, who have also filed a lawsuit alleging racial discrimination in the location of the landfill and its expansion, opposed the expansion. Board members heard from various expert witnesses on the matter, but no community members opted to speak.
The town of Holden Beach is pursuing the possibility of having a terminal groin installed on the east end of the island, and the first step is expected to cost about $300,000. At a special meeting January 4th, the Town Board of Commissioners unanimously approved hiring Dial Cordy Associates, a Wilmington environmental construction firm, to prepare an environmental impact statement to help determine the viability of building a terminal groin on the island's east end. Mayor Alan Holden explains why this could be a good thing for the town.
Today, we're excited about the possibility of Holden Beach having an opportunity to put one of those four terminal groins on our coast. So we're looking at the possibility of the inlet area of Lockwood Folly, which is the east end of Holden Beach. The possibility of this event taking place is one that's going to have to be earned and reviewed consistently by the state of North Carolina and its regulatory agencies. The funding of the project will be not property taxes, but occupancy tax funds. And there are guidelines that the town will have to meet to satisfy the ways that we will pay for this if it is going to be done. But most people are excited about the possibility of saving money, because if we are able to do this, I think that we're going to find that the studies will show that though this is expensive at the front end, in long term it will save us hundreds of thousands and maybe millions of dollars over the next several years. Currently we're spending a lot of money fighting the erosion here along the coast. Holden Beach is an engineered beach, so we're consistently spending money to maintain the wonderful beachfront that we enjoy here.
May I see your ID? Voters in Brunswick County might hear those words at the polls during an upcoming election. The statewide push to require a photo ID at the polls was overturned last year by North Carolina Governor Beverly Perdue's veto. However, local governments are now taking up the cause. Brunswick County Commissioners recently approved a resolution urging General Assembly members to override Perdue's veto, as well as asking for their own local bill requiring a photo ID to vote. Read more about these stories and much more in this week's Beacon, available on newsstands now. Welcome to the Beacon Sports Report. In local hoop action, the West Brunswick High School boys basketball team built an 18-point lead and then held off a South Columbus comeback in a 51-47 conference victory last Friday night. Also last Friday, the West girls rallied from a 17-3 deficit and trailed 35-32 with 15.9 seconds left, but missed two shots before South Columbus clinched the victory with a free throw with 2 seconds left on the clock. 18-year-old Peter Deutscher won the 8th annual Run for Food half marathon Saturday at Ocean Isle Beach. In sunny 45-degree weather, Deutscher ran the 13-mile course in 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 12 seconds. The course took runners over the high-rise Odell Williamson Bridge to the mainland and back to the island. In the women's 5K race, Kristen Munns, 25 of Ocean Isle Beach, was first in 23 minutes and 56 seconds. In its 9th year, the race is a fundraiser for the South Brunswick Interchurch Council Food Pantry. This year, 572 runners participated. West Brunswick High School wrestlers won 4 weight classes and were second in another in winning the 8-team Scorpion Invitational last Saturday at North Brunswick High School. This was West's second tournament title this season, and West coach James Caraway said it's been maybe 4 years since the Trojans won 2 titles in one season. In Brunswick Community College basketball action, the Dolphins fell to Pitt Community College with 2.3 seconds left on the clock. Pitt scored a layup off of a rebound to claim the victory. The Beacon sports reporter was there to catch some of the action. BCC's next home game is 3 p.m. January 21st. You can read all of these stories and see more great photos in this week's sports section.
here at Brunswick County Animal Shelter today with Buttercup. She is the sweetest red golden retriever. She's 10 years old. She was turned in by her owner, and she's got some problems. She's got some diabetes and hip dysplasia, and her owner was no longer able to care for her. Buttercup, come back over here and say hi. So if you are looking for a forever friend, come visit with Buttercup, because she really needs a new home, and she's sweet. And the shelter is open for visitation from 10 to 4, Mondays through Fridays, and there are other dogs and cats here too to visit with, so come on out.
It doesn't happen often, but this time Roger Bacon Academy cheerleaders received a cheer instead of giving one, and it came from two of the largest platforms in North Carolina, the North Carolina House and Senate. State Representative Susie Hamilton invited the Roger Bacon Academy Pop Warner National Championship cheerleading squad and their coaches to be recognized by the North Carolina General Assembly on Wednesday, January 4th. 23 squad members, coaches, parents, and RBA staff went to Raleigh on Wednesday morning. The team sat in the visitors gallery where they were recognized at the beginning of the session.
6 families now have decent roofs over their heads thanks to the efforts of Brunswick County Habitat for Humanity in 2011. Habitat also has plans to build 6 more homes in 2012. On January 19th, dedication ceremonies are planned for Brunswick Habitat's latest finished home that is now home for Brian and Tabitha Townsend and their 3 young daughters. The family moved in just days before Christmas. Tabitha Townsend talks about what their new energy-efficient home has meant to them.
It is a big blessing. It's just, I appreciate it so much more than just a regular house, just because I remember coming out here every day. I have a picture of them coming out here in 108 degrees. People that I've never met, that requested nothing. We wanted a house. We got a home, we got a new family, we got new friends. And I appreciate everything so much more than I ever thought I would.
For Raleigh Police Officer Michael Macario, the serve carries as much weight as the protect in a police officer's oath to serve and protect. And that oath goes for all people, including the often overlooked mentally ill population. Macario, a veteran officer with the Raleigh Police Department, is a certified crisis intervention officer and trainer. He trains officers in the Raleigh Police Department as well as other police departments in crisis intervention training and dealing with people with mental illnesses. He was in Brunswick County last week to observe mental health treatment court started in April 2009 by Superior Court Judge Ola Lewis. He hopes to establish a similar court in Wake County.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day is celebrated nationally on Monday, January 16th. Several events have been planned around the county to celebrate the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. For a complete listing of area events and details, pick up this week's Beacon.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but you can read all these stories and much more in this week's Beacon. If you have comments or suggestions for us at Brunswick Beat, you can email us at brunswickbeat@brunswickbeacon.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Brunswick Beacon.
Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to tune in next week for a brand new edition of the Brunswick Beat, Brunswick County's only television news show. We close out this week's show with more images of the Run for Food half marathon in Ocean Isle Beach.